It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer, and I'm excited to bring you today's beer. I was in ASDA, the World Food Aisle in ASDA, just the other day, and I decided to, just pick up some noodles. I wasn't there for any beer. Didn't think there was beer down the World Food Aisle in ASDA, apart from the Guinness Nigerian stout, which has been there for years. But I come across this, Volfas Engelman. Now these are 1 pint cans, that's 568 millilitres. I paid £8, but I've just checked the website now because I forgot I paid £8, and ASDA have currently got these for £6.80, so they've been reduced. This is 5.2% ABV Lithuanian premium lager. Pint cans. If they were £8, then they would be £2 a can, being 4 cans in a pack. But being £6.80, my maths tells me that that's about £1.75, something in that region. I think £1.75, 1 pint can, 5.2% ABV. Bit of a steal, isn't it? So it's always worth, bearing in mind it's got to taste good, Here's a look at here's a look at the can wrapped in these plastic cans. There was also a Hefeweizen. This is a premium lager. There was also a Hefeweizen which we picked up down the aisle too. You can buy them in single cans for £2 a can. That review is coming soon. But that looks really good. Look at the information on that can. I really like the look of that. What I like about that is the fact that it's very traditional looking, but at the same time the can's got a certain quality look and feel about it. So, without further ado, let's get this beer out into a glass and see what we get. I'm hoping I got a pint glass there, because this, I think we'll be okay. So, in search of noodles down the World Food Aisle and weird kind of nuts and snacky things, I've come back with some beer. So, it's an interesting thing, isn't it? Because, and it's all down to mindset, I think. If this was in the normal beer aisle in ASDA, with all the other beers there, of course I would pick it up to review it. But the normal man on the street, would they kind of even give this a second glance when they're normally picking up the likes of maybe some Stella Unfiltered or some Staropramen from Prague or something like that? Would they even give this a glance in the normal beer aisle? But if you, like me, I always have a wander down the World Food Aisle in Asda. Tesco has one as well, Sainsbury's, all the big supermarkets. It's where you can buy some kind of like Chinese noodles and Japanese noodles and all these other kind of fantastic things, that because we have a big kind of influx of Europeans and Chinese and Japanese people living in the UK, they like to buy their own kind of foods in the World Food Aisle. But I like to have a wander down too. And once you see something like this down the World Food Aisle, I think it piques your interest because you're wondering what it is, more than it would if it was in the normal beer aisle. So we got a 2-finger white head on this beer, good levels of carbonation. It looks really good. It looks really good, a straw-coloured lager. I've just got it out the fridge. You can see all the condensation on the glass. It's literally just come out my fridge. I have had Lithuanian beer before. I have had Lithuanian lager before, and I've always found it to be really good. I think there's a company called Sibturis. I used to have a lovely pint glass from Lithuania years ago. So, Volfas Engelman, what do we know about it? Not a lot, other than they're saying it's the highest quality premium lager. Right, we'll read about the can later on, but I want to concentrate on the beer. Let's get the aroma. Superb. Superb, light, crisp. Slightly spicy, slightly peppery. A little bit of stinging nettle. A definite German influence with this light coloured lager. It's got the aroma of a German Helles or a German Pilsner. It smells really good. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Oh, unbelievable. Spot on. Stone the Crows. Stone the Crows. What a really, really good quality Lithuanian lager we have here. And I'm really glad that I wandered down for some noodles and come back with some Volfas Engelman premium lager. I'm looking forward now to reviewing the Hefeweizen because this is really solid. Really solid. Really, really good quality lager. There's a little bit of, there's a lot of balance here going on. There's sweetness over here. There's bitterness over here. Sweetness from the light, crispy malts going on. Light, wafer-like biscuit flavours coming through. And that's balanced off, pardon me, it's quite carbonated, with a nice whack of bitterness on the back end. And that is kind of traditional, what I would call Czech German hops, those slightly spicy, peppery hops that we all know and love. I've been drinking a lot of Oktoberfest beers recently, and I've just been loving it. But I've been loving it for the mouthfeel. I've been loving it for the hops, the spiciness, the bitterness, the flavour, the stinging nettle flavour from the hops. And this is, I mean, okay, it's 5.2% ABV. Ever so slightly wordy, kind of slight. If you've been to a brewery, the runoff where they run the beer from vessel to vessel, just in simple layman terms here, you can open a tap and you can get some of that kind of sugary wort through before they add the yeast and ferment and turn it into actual beer. It's what we call wort in the industry. It's that kind of sugary, sweet, malty substance that you get a nice warm glass of in the middle of winter at a brewery. Probably the reason where kind of things like Ovaltine and these malt-based drinks come from. But a nice glass of wort in the winter at a brewery is absolutely fantastic. But it's definitely got a kind of a unique kind of malty flavour that's the wort. And this, it's slightly bleeding into the flavour of the beer, that kind of slight worty, biscuity maltiness, but it's very, very good. Very, very good. I'm really impressed with this beer. Really, really impressed. Great lacing on the glass, great carbonation, great look to the beer. A country I've always wanted to visit. I was once on a flight to Spain, and you see these kind of TUI brochures in the front of the seat, don't you, when you pick up and you have a little look while you're sitting on a plane for 2 hours, and they had a feature on Lithuania and it looked absolutely fantastic. And if the beer is as good as what those pictures look like of Lithuania, then I definitely want to go. Right, let's concentrate now on the actual some of the spiel on the can. The best is reborn, first pint in Lithuania, an entire head above, highest quality premium lager. They started brewing in 1853. In 2009, Volfas Engelman gave a pint a new lease of life, and after more than a century, beer lovers recognised it afresh. So it looks like the company started in 1853, may have gone out of business for a little while, and it looks like in 2009 Volfas Engelman has brought it back. That's all I can kind of pick out on the back of the can. And then we have the Lithuanian version on the back. Right. It's just going to be water, hops. Yeah, it is water, barley, hops, and some yeast there. So it's it conforms to the German Reinheitsgebot as well. Rinktinis. Rinktinis. Maybe that's the brewery, the original brewery name, Rinktinis, and they've now called it Volfas Engelman. Right. Okay. I'm going to rate it. I think it's fabulous. I think this beer is absolutely fabulous. I'm really looking forward to getting into the Hefeweizen. For £1.75-ish a can, I think that is just exceptional. Exceptional. If you're looking at this video and you've got a crate of, say, Stella or Stara Pramen or something in your trolley, then maybe look to go back and do an about turn with your trolley and have a look down the world food aisle. See if you can find some of this beer. I'm not saying replace your Stara Pramen or replace your Stella, because that'd be a bit naughty of me, wouldn't it? But just give a can of this a go if you can find a single can, or if you've got to buy a 4-pack, it's £6.80 of your money for 4 beers. Give it a go. If you like those sort of Stara Pramen, Stella-like beers, you're going to love this. You really are. It's a stone that grows, 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.